And we are back with another episode of Passive Remote with Charlie and Terrance. I'm Terrance.
I'm Charlie. What up, homeboy?
What's happening, man? What's going on?
It's a little chilly outside, and I'm liking it.
Yeah, me too.
Crisp in
Good
the
stuff.
air. Oh yeah, been waiting for that.
Grab the light jacket.
Ooh, yeah, felt good. You know, gotta turn the heat on a little bit in the morning to knock the crisp off, and that's okay.
Yeah.
You know, you got upstairs, downstairs. You know how that thing is. The heat rises, so you know at some point in the day, depending where the sun is shining, you may need to kick that air back on. I try not to, but you know, that Georgia sun is hot.
Yeah. It's where our house is situated. The sun goes down in the back part, and it's like I don't know. It's like the windows are like, "Hey, man, the sun's over here." All right, guys. Hey.
Rough, man.
Yeah, man. But so far it's okay. It hadn't been too because I think the most high we had is 68. Probably might have been. So we're at that kind of high to mid 60s, kind of low 40s in the morning. So right now it's balancing off pretty good.
Yeah, it feels good outside right now.
Yeah.
You know, I dipped my toe outside and I'm like, ooh, it's a little. It's not cold enough to have the frost level, but you know, you're like, ooh, if that wind is kicking a little bit, you're like, man, let me go back inside, put on some thicker socks.
And we had some rain. The rain probably brought it in too.
Dude,
that cold weather. Yeah, it was raining like all day.
Hell.
And I was just like,
I told you, I went to work the other day. I think it was Thursday, and when I leave the house, it's still dark. And it started to pour down rain hard while I was on the way. And I ended up between two 18-wheelers. And the way that the road was, you know, they're always doing construction somewhere in Georgia. So the roads aren't always straight like they should be. There's like a little curve here. So the 18-wheelers, you know, and, you know, I was listening to the radio, and I hate when these commercials come on about the truck wreck stuff because it's all in my head now.
Yeah.
This little Amy Witherite from you know, truck wreck. I'm like, stop talking, stop it, you know, because I'm in between them sandwiches and I don't like that. And I was trying to, I'm trying to move forward, and I had to think about it. I'm like, well, this car in front of me is being stupid, and maybe they can't even see because it was just coming down. So I'm like, all right, let me throw up a Hail Mary. let me do a Fast and Furious and hit this brake and kind of get all the way, because there's a 4-lane. Let me get all the way over to the other side so I can see something. Because if I stayed in that middle lane, boy.
Yeah. And them truck drivers, man, they seems like since the pandemic, the driving has gotten worse. It's almost like they gave out the CDLs to a couple of people and just like, hey, we just need somebody to drive the truck, because I have never seen this much bad driving from truck drivers. And they were bad, don't get me wrong, when we were, you know, before the pandemic. But it's just like, what are you doing?
You got a point, because they did give it out. You know, I mean, I'm not saying that the CDL is easy, but some people have CDL right now that should not have CDLs because you can't drive a regular car.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
Mm-mm. But, you know, we're here. We made it. Happy that the weather is getting a little cooler. Maybe the light bill cool down a little bit.
Yeah.
But man, dog, we are on camera now.
Yes.
Thanks, YouTube.
It's been a minute, but we're back.
You know, I don't like the fact that, because we're traditional podcasters, these new people out here are used to being on camera, and we do camera stuff for Black Smoke Barbecue, but I hate that YouTube made the whole thing about podcasting turn into TV shows, because that's not what it's supposed to be.
Right.
And I'm like an old fart, like get off my porch, old fart. Like I don't like change. I mean, I do, but I don't like whatever. So, I mean, it's more work on the back end. You know, we kind of touched on it last time that you do editing.
Yeah.
Anything could go wrong during a live show. And sometimes it does, and you got to fix it.
Yeah. This is going to keep us on our P's and Q's, that's all. So it'd be less editing.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. You got to be prepared. We'll eventually do an episode about that one day. But yeah, man, we're here. Since we're on the cameras, we are going to be posting these episodes to YouTube. So past the remote, we're trying to build that channel. So you're going to see a little subscribe thing on the screen soon, and then help build the channel because they're doing it from the ground up, man.
Yeah.
And we're moving into the modern age of podcasting. God, I hate saying that.
Yeah. Spotify even has video now.
Yeah. Why?
They got a cool feature now. You can add clips, video clips. So
I do like that.
Yeah, we got to try that out.
Yeah. There's no Spotify competing with YouTube and all that stuff. Because they realized that once YouTube got into the podcast game, it was a wrap.
Yep. Because now it's for your podcast, and now it's Spotify for creators. So it's like, hey, we're not just podcasting anymore. It's a whole new world. Video.
Whole new world.
Hey, man, this is where we are right now until it goes back to just audio, which I feel like it will at some point.
Please. Please. You just don't know how happy I would be.
Because a lot of people who consume podcasts on YouTube, they actually just listen. Like they're doing something else, but if it's on YouTube, maybe something might catch their attention where they might, go to the screen or whatever. But a lot of people just listening.
I can see that the trend picked up because of, the pandemic and everybody was home. So maybe their roadmap was just kind of late to come. But people are out driving, getting stuck in traffic again. You want them to watch the screen? Okay.
Yeah. And they will try to do it. So, see the guy watching the whole movie one time. He had this little thing for his phone right here. And I was like, are you serious, man?
Hey, I remember back in the day where they had the little portable DVD stuff. Yeah, and I had it on my dash.
No,
because they used to have the built-in one into like the CD thing.
Yep.
Which I don't see anybody doing that anymore, which is good. Because the accidents. I don't know what truck the boys watching.
Back to the truck drivers. Truck drivers do it. Yes, I've seen that.
Yes, they do. They still
have the iPad sitting there. It's like, come on, man. Wow.
Oh man, I tell you. Yeah, but we're here. We're on video, and if we like it or not, here we are.
Here we are. Here we are.
So make it worth it, people, and follow us.
Look at us. Look at us.
Look at us. Early on a Saturday morning.
Yes.
Oh man. All right. So let's get into it. But stuff happened last night. We're recording on a Saturday morning. This follow up to the Mike Tyson Jake Paul fight.
Yeah.
That
Did
BS.
You see it?
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm surprised that I didn't see you respond in the chats the text thread that we had.
I was about to, but man, I just I didn't even reach for my phone, man. I was just sitting there like, wow. I saw the fight before. That was really good.
The fight, well, it was good, but the verdict was horrible. Yeah.
I was like, maybe I don't know, did I miss it, fall asleep and didn't know it? Because yeah.
Well, I think that kind of set the mood for what was coming afterwards.
Yeah.
Man, so where do we start?
I think that there was a lot of running in the first couple of rounds to tire Mike out, which, if you're boxing, you have to be strategic, but
yeah.
I don't know, man. You just seem like you tired out a 58-year-old man to win. Because it was a lot of running. It was.
And
I didn't realize he was that much taller than Mike. I didn't know he was 6'1".
Yeah.
So his reach is longer. So
yeah,
it's always when you're fighting a boxer that's taller than you have to knock him out because they're going to land more punches. And if for you to get close enough to hit them, they're going to be landing punches before you even get them to connect that one. So I'm just like, boy, he's landing more punches because he got a longer reach. He was landing some good punches too. Let me not take that away from him.
Talking about Jake?
Yeah.
I mean, his right is strong. That jab. That's what, statistically, he's knocked everybody
Yeah,
down
yeah.
before Mike in the fight. Win or loss, he knocked him down, but
Yep.
not this time, which is fine.
Right,
Which is
right.
fine. Let me tell you, leading up to the fight, everybody was speculating. You had Jake Paul, which is the newbie. He's like 4 years into boxing right now. The fights were set up strategically, kind of like how they say Floyd Mayweather's fights are set up strategically,
Yeah.
which is fine. But you're fighting a guy that's twice and plus one your senior, and or shoot, maybe more than that. No, more than that. What am I? My math is terrible. So more than twice his age, and Mike hasn't fought. I mean, he fought what Roy Jones Jr. That don't count.
Yeah, I didn't
That
even
was
know about
just
that until last
4 years
night.
ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, that don't count. But a sanctioned fight. So people were like, all right, is this going to be a real fight? Is this going to be like publicity because, all the social media tied around with Jake Paul? What is the point?
Yeah.
So I'm conflicted because after seeing the fight and how it transitioned, it came off to me like it was a charity fight. You know,
Yeah.
Jake Paul didn't give his all. You can tell,
Right, right.
from the previous fight footage that you've seen, he kind of go all in because he's young and, he's a young guy. He got the energy to do that.
Yeah.
Swing, swing, swing. Might be Mike Tyson, but you still, he threw a lot of punches, but those are soft lands.
Yeah. It's a level of respect too, because you got to think about it, man. That's Mike Tyson. That's everybody's like boxing hero. They either talk about Tyson or Ali, and just depend on how old you are. And that's like he has a level of respect for Mike Tyson. So
Oh
it's
yeah,
like,
you can
yeah, I
tell
want to win, but I don't want to hurt you at that. And then there's been so many delays with the fight because of health issues with Mike. So
that part.
I'm pretty sure that was playing through his head too. Like, yeah, this is Mike Tyson, but we didn't go into this too smooth. It was just a lot of delays, it's
A
a lot
lot.
of health stuff, and he is 58.
Yeah, it felt like, and if it is what it is, then that's fine. But
Yeah.
it felt like it was a money grab, which is
Most
fine.
definitely. It was a money grab and a test run for Netflix streaming live.
Okay,
Yeah,
good segue.
because the
That
NFL.
bullshit.
Yeah, I didn't realize that we were already here with it, but they're gonna have the Christmas games, the NFL Christmas games, and
This year?
yeah, and so
Oh no,
Netflix,
y'all
the
ain't ready.
NFL is a multi-billion-dollar industry, so you want to make sure everything you kind of see everything is ironed out, so make sure everything is good for when the football games happen, and they're having two
Mm,
games on Christmas Day,
mm. Si-
two
Is
solid
it the
games
same
at that,
time or back to back?
back to back, two solid games at that.
Oh
It's
man.
like the Chiefs and somebody, I think the Steelers and the
Oh,
Ravens.
oh
Don't quote
man.
me on that, but I know the Chiefs for sure and the Steelers. So it's a doubleheader. So
Okay.
that's what that
So,
was.
so
Really?
let's talk about this
Yeah.
because there was a lot of buffering.
Ooh, never seen that before. Ever.
There's a lot of buffering.
Yeah. Lot.
There was a point where Mike Tyson's bare ass was stuck on screen. I missed that. I just heard about it.
Yeah,
I'm glad
I missed that too.
I was watching something else that we'll talk about later. But yeah, totally missed that. Great.
Yeah. It was buffering, and then when it wasn't buffering, sometimes it was cloudy, like that little murky look to it.
Yeah.
You know, like when you first turn on and it's kind of trying to filter out, it
Yep.
just would randomly do that. And I'm just like, this looks like I'm watching the VHS tape.
Man, so all right, I don't want to get too nerdy, but so what happened, I think, versus what the NFL does on because they stream on other platforms like Paramount Plus and Peacock, right? So what I found like a few years ago, because they started off with the Super Bowl a few years ago, doing it on I think CBS Sports or something like that. So what they do is smart, and what I don't think Netflix did was they actually stream in a lower quality, and then through their servers they upscale it. because they didn't want to run into the issue where we saw last night where it just buffers. Yeah. So I'm thinking they were streaming the whole thing, no upscale at all, straight through 4K. I'm like, that's not good because, you know, you can have all the service in the world, but there's a whole bunch of people that was tuning in.
Yeah. And this was the perfect time to try it out. I mean,
yeah.
Everybody wanted to see this fight. Everybody doesn't watch NFL football, so you're probably going to have a larger audience. Well, not probably. You had a larger audience last night.
Yeah.
So if you can work through that and figure out stuff, you'll be good for the NFL game on Christmas.
Yeah, man. At least they went through that test run before.
Yeah.
You didn't want to ruin anybody's Christmas, so that's great. But dog, it was terrible. It was awful. I had to exit the app, come back in, and you know, I thought it was a whole thing. Like by the time I went upstairs, because we started off on the Roku, and there might be something to say about the device that you're streaming with too. Because also, if they are broadcasting and streaming straight through in 4K, and you are trying to consume that, that's on your end too, from the streaming platform that you're streaming from or the device.
Yeah,
maybe it has more bandwidth to come through your pipe. Can it handle it? So when I went up to this room and turn on the Apple TV, there was no buffering at all. Now I had the other TV downstairs and there still was. So I think there might be something to say about that too. So hey, it is what it is.
Yeah, that too. But then I also wonder if it's because you turned it on fresh. Because I know sometimes.
Well, I turned it on fresh a few times because we were going in and out watching Cross and all that stuff and coming back.
Yeah,
and then it was totally fresh.
So the other TV was already on.
Yeah, it was already on.
Okay, never mind. Yeah, because I know sometimes when when what was the thing called? Cody. Yeah. Like Cody, when we watch stuff on Cody, like if you went to another TV and the TVs weren't that different back then, when you went in fresh to the thing, it actually didn't buffer. But if you were still in, it was still So that's what made me think about that.
Cody TV bootlegging, as we call pirating. Yeah. Man, I remember that Cody TV. Man, he used to have to do an update like every week.
Yeah.
Like, you got the new one? No. Spend all day trying to do it. You install it. There was a brick, and you're like, God dog, it messed up my device. I got to do it again. You got to jailbreak the thing. Man, those are the days, man.
Yeah.
Those are the days, man. But okay, so my thing is, I knew it was going to go left when I saw Rosie Perez commentating. Let's just talk about that. Like, you couldn't find any other female fighter.
Yeah, that threw me off.
Like, what is this?
That threw me off second to, and we love you, man. Okay, said the entertainer's outfit. He looked like a 2025 King Joffrey Jofer with that.
Oh man,
yeah.
He's gonna get memed.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's probably already happened.
And the third thing, they couldn't get Evander Holyfield's like audio right.
Yeah.
So he's on there talking. He seemed a little slow at first. We're like, is something wrong with him? And then when Lennon Sluice got close to him, he started to talk a little bit more. I was like, come on, man, do the man right. You know, we know his ear got bit off, but it wasn't that. I'm just kidding.
It was a lot of testing out last night, man. It was a lot of.
Y'all failed.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, man. But it was cool. Just the graphics and everything were pretty dope. It was well executed visually. The streaming part might not have been, but what can you expect? This is your first time having that I can recall. Were they ever doing anything live before this? Not to my knowledge.
Your point, smaller extent. So they had the Chris Rock comedy stand up, and I think a couple of other ones that were live. But again,
didn't even know about it. Everybody knew about this.
Yeah. So they were small tests. There's this David Yang that does a cooking show live on there, but nobody watches it. So,
I didn't even know that. I'll probably watch it now that I know. But yeah,
it's not that good.
okay. Sorry,
It's
David.
boring as hell. You fall asleep. But hey, if you like it, give it a try. You might like it. I don't know. It wasn't for me, and I watch a whole bunch of cooking shows. But I think the faith in people to have a good product streaming live from Netflix at this point is a little below. A little below. So they have to reassure someone. They have to talk to someone from the NFL. I'm sure they are. They are. But it was the networks that really had the infrastructure where they're just going to upscale. I remember when they did the Super Bowl in HDR, and so they had the cameras actually taping it in 1080p. And it might have been 720 for all I remember back a few years ago. And they upscaled it to 4K and HDR through the servers, so it wouldn't buffer. Now, even back then, the first try, it wasn't as bad as last night though. Oh, it wasn't that bad. Oh no. But they had good infrastructure because they're used to streaming live stuff.
Yeah.
Netflix is not.
No.
You should have hired some people from these networks.
They getting it together now, though. They got about a little over a month.
Yeah. Technology moves fast, but I hope it. And if you mess up a Chiefs game, you're gonna have to deal with Taylor Swift. I'm just saying. Oh
gosh, yeah.
You see what she did to Ticketmaster? It's like, you had my baby looking blurry. I missed a touchdown. Let there be a big play, and nobody sees it.
Oh yeah,
because it was buffering. That's it.
It's gonna be a problem.
That's it, man. Yeah, but there's a lot that went wrong with the fight. But at the end of the day, I don't think it was a real fight.
Yeah, I felt that too.
Yeah. Kind of disappointed.
I think it was maybe a step above exhibition. Just a touch.
I don't know.
Just a touch.
I don't know. Exhibition is a little bit more exciting than that.
I mean, Mike was throwing some punches, I think it was like a little touch above exhibition, man.
Man, them legs go. He wasn't bouncing after the second round. He wasn't bouncing no more.
Nah.
But you know what was misleading, really misleading about the whole thing is you had people judging how the outcome might be from seeing the clips from him training. Now, here's the thing. Nobody was hitting him back in those clips. So he wasn't taking any impact, which would slow him down and tire him. So he get a couple body shots and he was like, 58.
Yeah. And then in the videos, he was moving, but he wasn't moving around the ring. He just was shuffling his feet. We don't know when they started recording. Could have just
seemed
been
like
his
early
first
in the
round.
morning.
Yeah, we don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, he was sweating, but was he just jogging first or something? And that's why he's sweating? I mean, we don't know. He looked good. Yeah, he was fast, and he was, like you said, he wasn't taking impact. So,
well, here's the thing I want to point out, because I'm 42. I take naps. And the fight came on late, Central Time. So it was like, 10, close to 11 by the time that came on. And I'm sure he ain't had no nap, right? And he was never known for stamina in the first place.
Yeah.
So it was past his bedtime.
You're right, yeah.
He'd been up all day. When he came out, when he came in the ring, he looked like, man,
yeah,
I should have took that nap.
Yeah, because they always have to walk so far. He should have had a car bring him half the way.
Man, look, Jake Paul's interest, it was quiet.
That was a nice car, but Gas Monkey, though, they put out some nice stuff, man. I enjoyed that part.
Car was, the rolling was better than the dang fight.
Yeah.
I'm saying, man, it was, Shaq and all them. Hey, people were booing. They were mad.
Yeah.
They paid good money to be there.
Yeah.
That was rough, man. But good thing. Here's the good thing. We didn't have to witness Mike getting knocked out by a young cat, a social media cat at that, not a traditional boxer. So
Yeah.
that's good, and what you were saying earlier is Jake Paul seems to really respect Mike Tyson, which might be the reason why this was kind of like a publicity thing to get generate money and bring more like kind of pay homage to the guy. Maybe back in the day, if social media was a thing, and before Muhammad Ali kind of deteriorated and still could get in the ring before Parkinson's got him, maybe somebody would have did the same thing for him.
Yeah.
Which would have been fine, but you know, it's unfortunate that we expected something and we didn't get it. The technological issues, it was there, but I felt like I should have went to bed and just saw the recap.
I definitely had that same feeling, but I was like, hey man, I mean, you never see this again, so why not? Plus, it give us something to talk about.
Yeah, it did. I woke up. I woke up and immediately said, "Man, we got a lot of material off of that."
Yeah, yes.
So we're almost like 30 minutes in already.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, Mike. We always gonna love you, Mike. And Jake Paul. Look, in hindsight, from seeing everything, respect for not trying to trash this man, because he could have took the opportunity. Because he has this thing that he's known as a troll. He could have took the opportunity to try to knock Mike Tyson out. He didn't.
Yeah.
You can obviously tell he wasn't trying to.
Yeah. Because how would you feel, man? Like, even though you are boxing,
right?
Like, you knocked out and back to, like I said, the different health challenges that delayed the fight, and you just knock out a 58-year-old man. Like,
yeah, bro.
Like, how, if somebody you look up to, obviously. Like, how would that, you would feel really, really bad, like, at that moment. And then even, like, all the next day. And then and you know how people are on social media nowadays. They probably would, he probably never lived that down.
Well, yeah. So it had to be in the middle.
Yeah, had to. Because even though it's like, yeah, he's an adult and he decided to fight too. But it's like, at a certain point, it's like, come on, man, he's still 58. And you can tell he's tired. And to your point, I didn't even think about it. It was pretty late at night.
Yeah. I mean, look, I didn't even do anything. And I was like, dang it. Let me get in the ring. You blow a feather on me. You're like, oh, man.
Right?
I took that nap.
Yeah. I didn't even think about that, man. It was, for a 50-year-old man, that was late.
That was late. Yes. You know how many people in the 50, the 60-year-old like range that that nap is important.
And they go to bed at 8 or 7.
Yeah.
Bypass the nap altogether. They sleep 8 or 7 o'clock and they up 4 o'clock in the morning, wide awake.
Yeah. That's the thing. Yeah, man. But the good thing also is, just like the preliminary fight before, it gave the ability for those female fighters.
Yes.
No matter how you feel about the fight, they got paid really well.
Yeah.
And it brought more female fighters to, like, the whole world was looking. So
yeah, that was
I think that was his intention, Jake Paul's intention, because he basically set the whole thing up.
Yeah.
And he's trying to do fight promotion. So that might be the lane that he really succeeds in. And I respect that.
Yeah,
I really
me
do.
too. Yeah.
Yeah. And the first fight, was kind of just like the Tyson fight. I'm like, what are y'all doing? What are y'all doing?
Yeah, I turned from that. Yeah.
That was rough. But at the end of the day, people made money. Were we entertained? Maybe not. But I think the fighters got what they wanted out of it.
Yeah.
The viewers didn't, but where's that meme when you got him? Got him. So at least it wasn't a pay-per-view. So there's that.
Yeah, I think they knew better than that. That would have. Yeah, I don't think, even though people wanted to see it, I don't think they would have had that many people pay for that.
Nah. Which is probably why it was on Netflix,
Yeah.
which is fine. But hey, fix those streaming issues before the football because you will have people riot.
Oh yes. And some
Yeah,
good
yeah.
games too. That all right.
Mm.
All right.
You know, every other streaming platform figured out how to stream live football correctly.
Yeah.
I'm
So
just saying.
we'll see.
I'm just saying.
I see, and this would explain why um was it Peacock has a pretty decent game coming on Black Friday. That last year Black Friday game was I was like, who wants to see these two teams play?
Do
But
you
I
remember who they were?
no.
Yeah.
I turned it on for a few seconds and I was like, yeah, nobody from my fantasy football team is on either of these teams. I'm changing the channel.
Yeah. But yeah, hopefully it's a good experience, but
Yeah.
we'll see. We'll see. Shame on you, Netflix, but oh man. So what we're really here to talk about is part 2 of the fall releases.
Yeah, we missed some things. We didn't have time. We kind of ran over, but
yeah, we did.
yeah. I figured we would start with the new shows first and then trickle down to the returning. Because
Okay.
that last one, I want to really talk about Silo. And so I'd rather have that at the end so I can give like the spoiler alert.
Okay.
Then, yeah.
All right. Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah. Yeah. I feel where you're going with that already.
Yeah.
But yeah, we want that. So new shows. First and listen, I mentioned this earlier, is Cross.
Yeah.
Alex Cross.
I've been a fan of Alex Cross since I found out about like I haven't actually read the books, but I found out like about the character or whatever. And Morgan Freeman played him.
Along Came a Spider.
Yeah. And
very good movie.
Yes, it was. I was very intrigued. Was he Alex Cross and Kiss the Girls?
Yes, he was.
Yeah. So I was digging that character. And I can't lie. Tyler Perry surprised me when he played Alex Cross.
I never seen that one.
Yeah, it's good. It's really good.
Okay. I was like, it's Tyler Perry. I was like,
yeah,
I don't know.
He only sounded like Medea one time.
Oh man.
But the rest of the time, like, because he got angry and I was like, oh, there you go. I was waiting, but I was looking for it too. So
when he sounds angry, he sounds like
that's probably why I noticed it. But it was really good. Like Tyler surprised me. The villain in that was like top tier level crazy.
They have good villains.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was looking forward to this, and then you got the actor. Dang, I can't ever remember his name.
Aldous Hodge.
That's it.
Yeah. I have the notes up right here.
Yeah.
I was not going to remember his name.
I'm a fan of his.
Oh yeah.
Love everything he's in. So glad he got this opportunity, and I will say, he made me proud, man. He was perfect for the role.
He is. Yeah. Very good. Very good.
Yeah. So far, I only got to the first episode. I didn't know they released them all at one time.
Oh man.
But
I think we got to 3. It's good.
Yeah, that first episode, man.
Man.
I didn't know they was going to get to it like that in the beginning. I was like, okay, so when is it going to happen? I was like, dang, okay, well, hey, let's just get right to it.
Let's pop. Yeah, just maybe like was it 5 minutes even?
Was it even? I don't even think so.
The spoiler alert.
Yeah.
Like they was kind of talking and everything was all good, and she went away a little bit and pow. I'm like, damn, all right.
Yeah. They got right
Literally
to it.
Popped off.
Yeah, they got right to it. But
man,
yeah, it's I love the dynamic of course, that opening interrogation scene had me rolling.
Yes, dog.
And I'm like, yep, this is gonna be good. This is gonna be good, man. I'm really interested to see how this whole thing goes. I kind of figured who the major person was at the beginning, because it's like it's got to be this guy. And I'm glad they didn't drag that out in the first episode. It was like,
Right.
yeah, it's him.
Yeah.
So
it's just hard to catch him.
Yeah. But it's yeah, man. It's really good, man. I'm looking forward to finishing this series. Well done, brother. Well done. Because the other show we used to watch, I guess it's not coming back anymore with
the one on
Kevin
Showtime?
Bacon.
Yeah, that one. Yeah,
that was a good show. Like
something Bridge or something. I feel like.
Yes, I can't remember the name.
Another he plays cops well though.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does. Cops and military.
Yeah. And superhero too, because he was in Black Adam. So yeah.
Oh yeah, he was.
He reprises his role in that one if they ever bring him back into the DC universe. But
yeah,
he's doing good work. You know, him and Anthony Mackie. You have them in the show. It's going to be good. But he's really making a name for himself. It's the Hodge.
Yeah, he been grinding hard, boy. Somebody showed like a little compilation of all the stuff he was in. And I was like, man, I remember when he was a kid and was in some stuff, but he was in a lot of movies.
Oh yeah.
And now he's in TV shows, and now he's like, his name is being definitely. And I would have liked to see him, because he was one of the people that I thought that could have played Black Panther. He was one of the people that were on my list. Yeah, I was like, yeah, he would be perfect.
Maybe we can speak that to existence, because everybody heard by now that Denzel's going to be in the next one. So I don't know what role he's going to play, but hey, let's put all this in there too.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I saw some speculation about I can't remember his name. What am I with these names this morning?
You were like me last week.
Yeah, Franklin from Snowfall.
Oh yeah,
Damson Idris. Yeah, I was like, I could see that.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, because I think they're gonna spin it as T'Challa's son. Him being older.
Can see that then. Yeah,
from what I saw, but that stuff changes. But yeah, he would definitely. Yeah,
Disney always be changing stuff, just like Blade. Like, it's not coming out. It is coming out. It's not coming out. It is coming out. So I don't know. Yeah,
gotta get that script right, man. You really got to get it right now after all these years.
Put Wesley Snipes in there, man. Please, just have him do one cameo. I mean, put him. Don't do Wesley like that.
Yeah, let him play like Whistler or something. I don't know.
Yeah. But Cross is good, man.
Yeah.
The subsequent episodes after the first, it keeps up, man. It's a psychological thing, and it's not really like a lot of action per se, but there's a lot of movement, so it keeps you engaged. It's not boring. I watch stuff at night, and I might fall asleep on it. It was only that one time, because I was falling asleep anyway. It wasn't indicative of how the show was going, but I still remember what was going on though, so I wasn't out that much.
Yeah.
So yeah, man. The villain was on New Amsterdam. He was the main character. That dude is fool. He was also a supporting actor on The Blacklist, which I didn't really care
seen
for.
That show. My father loved that show.
Can't stand that damn show.
I've never I don't know. It's just, like I say, back in the day, you had to kind of choose what you wanted to watch.
Yeah.
Because even though we had like TiVo and, recording stuff or whatever, I used to record stuff and never went back and watched it. So
yeah, that's how it is. Yep.
There's a lot of stuff that I was supposed to go back and watch and never did. So if I didn't start watching it when it was on and actually dedicated myself to being there when it came on, I missed it.
Yeah. I believe that, because, I had TiVo back when I had DirecTV. Never went back and watched anything.
Yeah, and then Time Warner, back then, it's now Spectrum. They had like the little recording thing. Now, I do miss the start over they had. They had it where if you, missed the show, you could start it over. And that helped me a lot, because what I would do was I would wait until like the last 2 minutes before the next show came on, and I would switch, and then I'd hit start over, and that way I can watch both of them.
It's stupid.
Like clockwork, man.
Oh man! At the same time, you mean?
Huh? Like, say two shows came on at the same time.
Yeah.
So what I would do was I would watch one show, and then like 2 minutes before it went off, I would go to the other channel for the other show, and then hit start over, and then take it back to the beginning. Now you couldn't change the channel because after that it's gone.
Done.
So I would put the remote far away from me so I wouldn't have any accidents.
Don't get tempted. You're gonna mess it up.
So that's like rolling over on the remote, and you're just like, God.
Yeah. Or you put the remote on the couch, you get up, and then you come back. You forgot that you were about to sit on the remote, and then you turn the TV off. I've done that a few times.
Yes.
Like, what the hell happened? Or our dog, just don't. He jump up on the couch. You like, well, he doesn't have any awareness of. What if I put my foot on this? I'm like, what the hell? Why did the TV turn off? Oh man, a good show, man. So check out Cross on Amazon Prime, and hey, the commercials ain't even that bad. I'm tired of watching those commercials, even though I pay for Prime. But whatever, we'll get past that one day. So you've been watching Matlock?
Yes.
How is that? Because you told me about it, and it doesn't have any connection to the original, does it?
None. The only connection is that's the name that she used, and they referenced the TV show in there a couple of times.
Okay.
Because her name is Madeline. So she's Madeline Matlock.
It's a stretch. You
find out that that's not even her real last name, which makes the show really interesting. This isn't really a spoiler because by now I'm sure it's all out or whatever. But she is a lawyer. She hasn't practiced in a while, of course, and so that part is true. But she lands a job at this law firm that has something to do, and I won't say that part, but it has something to do with her daughter's death. So she's there, basically trying to figure out who did it. So it's a lot of. She's pretending to be this one person, but she actually somebody else. And so it's a lot of back and forth. Like, is somebody going to figure out who she is? Or is she going to expose herself? Is she going to get caught? And it's a lot of things that happen that it's really good. Like, it's a lot of, she taking advantage of people because she's an old lady. Matter of fact, the first episode, and I'll share this. How she actually gets in the building is she plays on her being old. It's like she says like nobody ever pays attention to the little old lady, so she just gets them to basically just people just pretty much walked her upstairs. Like she act like she couldn't get her badge and all sad stuff in her hands, and somebody just scanned her in, got upstairs, and it just she got her way all the way upstairs because nobody really paid her any attention. And so that kind of gets, her in the door. And there's just a lot of stuff like that. And it's really good. I wasn't expecting it to go this route, but Kathy Bates, she has some episodes where she yells, and it may be because I just watched Misery during Halloween, but it's like Misery all over. I just keep that same tone.
Oh man. Every time I see good. Kathy Bates, I'm always thinking about Waterboy. Out of all the things that she played.
Yeah, I forgot about you. Yeah.
My mama said football is the devil.
I always think about Misery and The Family That Prays. Which is I think that's like one of Tyler Perry's best movies because it wasn't like a Tyler Perry movie, probably.
Tyler Perry don't make Tyler Perry-esque movies.
Like it had I really enjoyed that movie, man. So I always think of her in that because I like that friendship her and Alfre Woodard's character had. That was really dope. Yeah. But it's really good, man. It went in a route that I didn't think it would go. The acting is good. Of course, her acting is good. And it's they have a black female lawyer, and they touch on some racial things in there too, which I like when shows spotlight that type of stuff.
Okay.
Sexism, they talk about that in there too. So
like holding the door for people when they're trying to walk through?
No, like sexual misconduct, like sexual harassment,
Me Too movement type thing.
Sexual harassment in the sexual harassment in the workplace.
Yeah, that happens a lot.
About the dynamics. Yeah, because that episode was really powerful. It was just thinking about how, and spoiler alert, she was just talking about how when she was younger, when that stuff happened, when she was working, you just laugh it off and try to get through the day because that's just what happens.
Yeah.
And it's like if you say something, you're gonna get fired.
Yep.
And this type of thing. But the case was a girl who spoke up. And it was a scene in there where they were like, "We not believing you," because they wanted her to help out with the case, and it was like, "You just don't sound believable." And then she went off on a tangent. She was like, "Because back in my day, we just accepted it and we didn't cry about it. We just went on about our day." And then the girl who was the client walked in and heard that.
Oh,
and so she was like,
awkward.
Wow. Yeah, because it was just like the whole thing with her was like what she had on. Like, did it make her an easy target or whatever? It was crazy, but it ended up being, yeah, I'll leave that part. But that was a really good episode because she reached into a place, and that's why Kathy Bates can act. She reached into a place of something that happened to her when she was working, and she used that as her closing argument. Yeah, okay. It's a really good show. Yeah,
I'll try it out. I like lawyer shows.
Yeah,
I just don't like when they name another show the same as an older show, and it seems like a remake or a reboot.
Yeah,
and it has nothing to do with the classic show. Either,
but I like how they did this because they're always referencing the show, like because the people they're like, "Oh, Matlock, oh, that's pretty cool," da 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 da, and then it's like. They because I forgot that Matlock switched networks. I mean, we were kids back then, but
yeah.
But I was like, they did switch networks. They kind of mentioned that in the episode, so it's cool that it's not like a remake. Because I mean, if you're going to redo Matlock, you can't. Like this day and age, I don't think you can, man.
No, I mean,
Southern just lawyer and just the stuff that, I don't think.
Just like they can't redo The Heat of the Night. Don't even try it.
Nah, we don't need that.
Don't touch it. Don't touch it. Y'all can't do Tibbs. Don't touch it.
Nah, can't. If you do redo it, you have to have it back in that time. You got to do one of those. Yeah, like you can't do like a modern version. Like you have to do like no cell phones, no. Yeah.
Hey, those episodes are rough. I just want to say that.
Yeah.
Oh man,
we don't need
y'all newbies. Y'all ain't watched The Heat of the Night. Please. Go back and watch that and Matlock, because Matlock was when I go to my in-laws' house, and any given time during the day, Matlock could be on like one of those networks that replay all of them.
Yeah.
And then I watch it, and I'm like, dang, I forgot how good this show was.
Yeah,
because I used to watch Matlock back then, but
me too.
A lot younger,
and it was always like we were forced because it was like that's what it was on TV, so we had to watch it,
right? Some of the cues you don't pick up on until you're a little of age.
Right. That's how you know we were too young to be watching some of this stuff because it's like you didn't get the jokes.
No.
And now you get them. You're like, oh, that's why that was funny.
Like, oh, God. All right. Just slid that in there. Were you supposed to say that? Okay. You can't say that anymore. So Matlock is on Peacock?
No, Matlock is CBS.
That's what. Okay, so switch networks thing. Yeah, okay, I remember now. Yeah, so Paramount Plus too as well. Great, awesome. I'll check it out, man.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah. So the last one that we have for the new ones, I didn't see this one coming. And I don't know if you watched. What is it? The most recent Harry Potter movies, but it wasn't Harry Potter. It was, golly, what is the name of those movies?
I think I saw the last one because I flipped through the channels and it was on and I was trying to figure out what it was.
Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. Those movies.
Yeah.
Did you see those?
I saw some of the last one.
Okay. I
was like, this is pretty interesting.
Yeah. So he's in, what is it, The Day of the Jackal?
Oh, that's why he looks familiar. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah. Really good show. So no, I have a little, just a little problem, right? And everybody doesn't have a huge TV. Not everybody. You know what I'm about to get to.
Yes.
And they're speaking in foreign languages pretty often.
Often.
This is the smallest text I have ever seen in my life.
It's small and it's thin.
Like, what is this? I'm at the point where I'll just figure it out because I'm sitting back from the TV and my eyes are getting old and I'm like, what? April, what did they say? What? The context clues and stuff. I'm like, man, should I turn on the closed caption? Ain't gonna help either.
Nah.
like what? I don't know if maybe if I watch this through like Apple TV or something, the app, maybe, because Apple's good about having like a standard with it. Yeah. I don't know, man, but this pissed me off because it's not like really important stuff. And it pisses me off that they float back and forth through English and the foreign language. I'm like, so you need to pick one.
Yeah.
Pick one.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the worst subtitles I've ever seen.
Yeah. I mean, it's already, I don't like the white text because
that too.
A lot of the time you're going to have a white background.
A lot of the time, yes. It's just like, what did that say?
Like, what are we still doing here? And if you're going to do that, have the black box, like the closed captioning, to help out.
Yes. Or even do like they used to do back in the day. Well, some channels still do that, like the letterbox thing. And then they have at the bottom, like it doesn't cut into any of the scene. You can see everything that's happening and you can read everything clear.
It's letterbox anyway.
Yeah.
So put it, what are y'all doing? I hate that. Like you're taking away a good chunk of the viewing. Like if you pay for a certain size of TV, to this day, don't give me no letterbox stuff. Don't do that. No, we're not in the early days of DVDs anymore, where you're just trying to you're trying to shrink it so you can make the screen crisp. No, you figure it out and give me my full screen. Then you figure out how to make the text legible. This is ridiculous. We're in 2024. Come on, man. What are we doing? But outside of that, it's a good show.
Yeah, I like the actress Lashana Lynch.
Yeah.
I think we first saw her in a James Bond movie.
You know what? I forgot about that because the first time I remember seeing her was in the last Doctor Strange movie. I'm like, where did thick eyebrows come from? You know? That's what I call it. Thick eyebrows.
Yeah, then she was because she was Monica Rambeau on
Doctor Strange.
Marvel.
Yeah, it was both. It was
the
both.
First one. She was in the first one. She was the friend.
Oh, it was the first one. Yeah.
Yeah, she had a wig on. So
I don't remember the first one.
Yeah, she had that wig on too. Yeah.
You remember how I equated the first Captain Marvel and it was like, this is as bad as Aquaman. I don't remember anything from either.
Yeah.
So sorry, thick eyebrows. I'm sorry. I had missed that totally.
Yeah, man. She I'm glad it's good to see in the TV show. Cause like I'm a fan of hers, and it seemed like not all, but a good bit of the black actresses are British. Cause
you see that, right?
Yeah, you got Naomi Harris. She was in James Bond.
Yep,
she's British. She was in that other show that we liked. What was the show with Faraday? He was the alien. Yeah, she was in that. So, but yeah, it's a really good show. It's good to see her in a television show, and I'm digging it. I like the movie. Have you ever seen the Jackal with Bruce Willis?
Man,
it's really
one
good.
time.
Yeah,
one time.
It's really good.
I need to watch that again. Yeah.
Jack Black.
So is it related to it?
I think so because so far watching it feels like it is, because in the movie, Bruce Willis' character, he was like taking on different personas and stuff to execute his thing.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, it has to be, because he was pristine. He had that one scene where he did something with the van. He spray painted the van and washed it off. Like he timed it to see, So yeah, it has to be the same thing. He has some pretty dope rifle too. So yeah, it gotta be. It's a modern day version.
All right.
Yeah, Jack Black is in there. He's a little jokey. Yeah, he's in it for a little bit. You if you watch it again, you'll see the part I'm talking about and where he became jokey at.
Oh, okay.
He always plays like that character that might be high or just coming down off a high or getting ready to get high.
Oh man, I believe it.
Yeah.
Because it means it's just how he is.
Yeah.
He was good in Enemy of the State. That was a serious role for him.
Yes, he was in that. That was a very good movie. I always say this like I wished I had saw it in the theaters because I was like,
me too.
This don't look interesting. And then I saw it on VHS when it came out.
That was my first DVD.
And I was like, why didn't I go to the movies to see this? And it's amazing how back then people were so worried about cameras and stuff, and now they got us out there filming ourselves.
Talk about it.
People committing crimes and putting it on Facebook Live. I mean, it's just weird.
About it. But like, hey, they surveil you. Then you worry about like smart speakers and cameras and surveillance cameras and home cameras and all that.
See,
the laptop cameras.
Yeah,
I'm like, you carry around a camera on you 24/7, and now you're a conspiracy theorist.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just like it's crazy how they it's like they might be watching. It's like now we want people to watch us.
Okay. Yeah.
That's why we're on video again.
Tell me about it. Dude, if you're a real conspiracy theorist, don't buy a TV.
Yeah.
They all got cameras in it.
Don't any electronic device.
Don't connect it to the internet for one thing.
Yeah. Any electronic device. Just
Yep. Jeez. Well, yeah, that was a good movie. So The Day of the Jackal, it's a lot of moving pieces. So you do have to keep up. I'm gonna say that.
Yeah.
Don't casually watch it. No, pay attention.
No. And I love those type of shows. A little bit. Yeah, because it's like stuff just
okay.
Because they switch it back and forth. It seems so much, and it's like it's good, man. I'm very well pleased with how it's starting off.
Yeah, Peacock is doing something, man.
Yeah,
they come up with the hits. But yeah, man, check that out on Peacock. I think they drop all the episodes. It's supposed to be a short series, so I don't think they might have season 2 or nothing like that because of the big actors. They got other stuff to do.
Yeah.
So now we get into the returning shows.
Yeah.
So first in the list is Yellowstone, and I don't watch Yellowstone, but April does, and I've heard something that happened.
How did she feel about the? We're not going to spoil, but how did she feel about that return episode?
Some BS.
Yeah. And I don't like how they spun it because I knew they would have to do something because of scheduling conflicts, right?
I don't know.
I don't know. They weren't able to film him in the last.
Because why, right?
Why?
I think it was more politics because this dude made a movie that came out this fall that was kind of like Yellowstone, right?
But he was doing it at the time when they were filming because back to what we talked about a couple episodes, that strike really messed up the timetable on a lot of stuff.
Damn straight.
And so it was a scheduling conflict because that second half of this final season was supposed to be in air like last year sometime.
Okay.
Like we talking about like even like that first half of the last season took a while because it's like this might be like a year or 2 years to come to a second part of a finale.
Yeah.
So there's that, but knew it was coming because he was on CBS this morning like saying he wanted to be in there.
We're talking about Kevin Costner. If y'all haven't figured it out,
I'm sorry guys, Kevin Costner. Yeah. I'm just saying Kevin Costner. He wanted to be in there. And, so I knew it was coming because we were trying to figure out, well, how are they going to have the rest of the season without him? Which he wasn't even supposed to be on the show past, I think, season 2 or season 1. Anyway, but his character was so well loved that they wrote him back into the show. So I'm like, how are you going to have Yellowstone without John Dutton? This is, yeah. I want to see how the rest of this plays out. It's going to give us a lot of action, I believe. Like I was telling you before when we talked about Yellowstone, like it's like the Wild Wild West. Like they have like shootouts and bombings and stuff like that. So I really want to see how this is going to play out with the rest of the season. I don't like how they did with his character because it's not believable. But I think I'm hoping that that's the angle they're going, because it's not believable. Then it's going to cause like more investigation and getting down to what really happened and exposing stuff. That's my hope that's why they did it that way. Because I'm like, this isn't believable. Like anybody who knows him knows that, But hey, man, we got to see how this plays out. Y'all better wrap this, get the scenario worked out and everything in the next episode, because I was pissed off.
Well, they said that he found out what everybody else did. Like, I'm not on the show anymore. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, like, I'm Kevin Costner. You could at least give me a little respect and call me.
Yeah.
Hey,
it was like,
you off on the show.
They said we're filmed. We're not filming no more scenes. This is it.
He didn't check his email.
Yeah.
Oh man.
But other than that, I like how they did the first episode. Like which I felt like they had to. They worked us back into the characters and the cowboy lifestyle and all of that. They gave us that. I think that was intentional because of the blow of how it started. They kind of ease us back into that part of the show with the characters. Tater is my favorite character.
Tater.
Oh gosh, she's my
Tater. That's a name right there. Tater.
Tater.
She like potatoes? She grow potatoes?
She probably, because she talks. You can't really understand what she's saying because she has like a heavy Texas accent, and
Tater.
Which I found out that's Michael Landon's daughter, and I was like, she looks like him. Yeah.
All right, Highway to Heaven. All right, that's what I'm talking. Well, he was in a bunch of cowboy stuff too back in the day.
Yeah. So wow, it makes sense. But it's I need y'all to bring this home, man, because I don't.
It's gonna take you home.
This is not John Dutton's legacy, so y'all need to hurry up and expose this. This is.
Oh man!
But yeah, man, it's back, and I'm glad it's back. So far, I know it's kind of too early to tell, but it looks like they're going to finish this off pretty well. I think they're going to. Yeah.
You're like, I'm not sure yet. Get back to me.
I'm just, man. Like I said, man. It's like you think Yellowstone, you think of John Dutton. I mean, they have spinoff shows revolved around John Dutton. So, hey, but we'll see. I mean, scheduling conflicts, like I said, those things. There's a lot of stuff that got thrown off. The second part of the last Mission Impossible movie is finally coming out next year. So there's a whole lot of stuff like that.
Finally.
Yeah. So, I mean, when is the second part of Spider-Man, Spider-Verse, Miles Monroe? When is the second part of that coming out? See what I'm saying? It's a lot of stuff got thrown off.
Sony better messed that up because, they're on some other stuff.
Yeah. So, but it's back. I'm glad. Hey.
Yeah. Speaking of that, there's a superhero movie or show that you've been watching. I stopped watching this show a long time ago for whatever reason. It's not because I didn't like it.
Okay.
It's just because a whole bunch of other stuff was on.
Yeah.
The Superman and Lois.
Now I will say I have not watched every superhero TV show that's been out, but I can strongly say this is probably like the best one. Is very well done. This is his final season, and
okay, now I'll watch.
They are ending it in such a way, and I'm just like it's very well done. It's so it's Superman. He has twin sons. Him and Lois are married. they end up moving to Smallville from Metropolis. So it's
Yep.
him with his family coming from the teenage boys, them coming from Metropolis to Smallville. And so it's a lot of him reconnecting with some old friends and things like that. He moves into the farm that he grew up in, and it's really good. It has your villains, John Henry. It
Oh,
has
okay.
this final season has Lex Luthor, which is really
Oh, they
dope.
finally put him in?
They finally put him in, and the
Well,
guy
they
who,
took a while. It was on what, three
which
seasons? Three,
this is,
four
I
seasons?
think it's like fourth or fifth season. I think it is,
Jesus, it took that long?
which is good because this is a great way to end it because he is at his level of villainous is the perfect way to end a series. Like end with the villain that we know the most when it comes to Superman.
Yeah.
And it's very well done. I mean, the guy who played Abraham on The Walking Dead plays Lex Luthor. So you
Oh,
know that,
okay.
yeah. So you know the acting is
Well, I mean, hold on.
he
I can't judge by The Walking Dead now.
he really does. Well, dang, you didn't think he
Yeah, I
did a good
mean,
job?
man, it's The Walking Dead. It's like, do I watch The Walking Dead for good acting?
No, you don't. But you still
Nope.
have to say he did a good job. The guy who played Abraham.
I'm not gonna
Yeah,
say he
he doesn't
didn't.
have any little clever. He doesn't have any little clever sayings, and it's like he did in
Okay.
The Walking Dead. But yeah, he's
Just
he's a very believable Lex Luthor. Like his disdain towards Superman and Lois is like you can feel it coming
okay.
through the screen. Like he is very passionate about just destroying them and everything. And
Hmm.
so it's got. I mean, it's got a lot going on, man. It's like every season has been good. They even had a part of a season where they went to like an alternate universe. And I was like, oh, here we go with this. But that was actually done pretty good too.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
mean,
because it's like, and I
did they
don't.
have
Nah, I'm not.
evil Superman there too?
Yeah, yeah, and
So
they
that's why
even
they did it.
and
Oh,
they even
okay.
take that to
Hmm.
a whole nother level when Lex Luthor joins. They take
Okay.
that evil Superman to a whole nother level. Um, the alternate universe explains why John Henry is there and trying to kill him in that first season because it's like, who is this? Why is he trying to
I
kill
remember the first
Superman?
season.
So
Yeah.
yeah, and they
Yeah.
go all into that and the why, and it's very well done. One of the
Okay.
actors that plays one of the twins, he left the show for whatever reason. But the kid they have now, he looks even more like the other boy than the first one did. I'm just like, man, y'all look like y'all could be brothers for real.
So wait a minute. So I'm thinking about it now because one of the twins look very familiar. Is that the one that went to Gen V?
I don't know. I hadn't seen Gen V.
I got to look at
The
this
one with
again
the blonde
because
hair is the one that
yeah,
left.
yeah,
Okay.
Curly.
Yeah. Well, both of them got
I
curly
wonder
hair.
if that's him. I wonder. I got to look this up now. Okay,
Well, if
I'm
that's the case,
interested.
then that's crazy because what he said was like mental health reasons. But I guess if you get more
I mean,
money,
he
that's
played a crazy mofo in Gen V.
oh
So
man,
if it is
yeah.
him,
If it is
that
him,
lines up.
but it's very well done, man. Like I have to say, yeah, like the dramatics of it each time, and it's like it's always action. Like
Is the action from what I saw? Because I was just getting into it. It seemed pretty good.
yeah, it's always like something is always happening. Like
Okay,
somebody's always trying to kill Superman. Somebody's just
it's like
it's
just
not
leave this
just
man
him
alone.
saving people from burning fires and stuff. It's like he has some
Yeah, we're
actual
past that.
adversaries and stuff going on and people trying to, do stuff, and it's very well done, and it's a lot of stuff with kryptonite, and it's yeah,
We on that kryptonite.
it's real good, man.
Where did he find his kryptonite? You know what I mean? I was always wondering, like, this planet blew up long over here,
And
and
they
y'all
answer
finding
that
all
in
this
the show.
kryptonite.
Yeah, they
Okay,
answer that in
all
the
right.
show.
Must have been an alternate universe as well.
It's so crazy, man. How it's very well done. So it's about to end. So this would be a good time to start watching it, so you can binge and watch whenever you want.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I'll do that. they're probably trying to end it before the new Superman movie comes out too. So,
and then also a lot of shows were leaving the CW too, because I think All American is finally leaving. They ended
probably gonna shut that
Homecoming.
down.
Homecoming was good. It's just they're doing like an overhaul. So it's a lot of shows that, and I'm glad Superman and Lois made it, but it's hey.
Yeah, I mean they might be shutting it down.
Yeah,
for all we know.
Yeah,
So
that's
it's
true.
been around for a while.
They're ending the season very well. Every episode so far has been like it's feeling like a finale. You know how some shows that you just they had no idea they weren't going to make it to the next season, so they try to rush stuff. God friended me. They try to rush stuff the last few episodes to kind of close it out.
I wasn't even gonna watch that crap. God friended me.
It was good.
Yeah, I'm sure it was.
It was really good. Like I was curious and I was like, how is this going to go? But it was really good. Anything that's like a detective show, I like. So
yeah,
it reminded me kind of like Ghost Rider a little bit. Yeah. So, but it was good. But
without the fiery skull. Oh, you mean Ghost Rider?
Yeah, Ghost Rider.
Oh, we were talking about a comic book movie just a minute, or a show a minute ago.
Sorry.
Like, Ghost Rider.
Yeah,
I didn't get that impression.
Ghost Rider.
I never watched Ghost Rider. I don't know. Wasn't about that life. I mean, didn't care for Nancy Drew at the time back then either.
Yeah,
it was like I watched Scooby Doo. That's about it.
Man, Hardy Boys, Sherlock Holmes, anything like that. That was my thing, man. I gotta finish the Hardy Boys last season too. But yeah, man.
So CW still kicking, Superman and Lois. I'm gonna check that out, man. There's a lot of older stuff I gotta check out because, it's just how much time do you have outside of cooking shows?
Yeah,
outside of all the cooking shows to watch, what am I gonna watch outside of that? But hey, we came to the final show that we want to talk about.
Oh yes.
Apple TV Plus and Silo. I hope y'all seen Silo the first season. If y'all haven't, pretty good. If you like Common, he was on there.
Yeah, this time to stop listening if you haven't.
And go watch it and come back.
Yeah, because we're gonna have some spoilers. Forgot Common was in the show until
the recap.
Yeah, I was like, oh, Common is in this. He's in everything, man.
He was in the show a lot too.
Yeah, he was. And that's how long it's been since the show, since first season.
It has been a while. It has been. Yeah. We don't have to go over to the premise of the show, do we? Or
nah.
Okay. Yeah.
Because anybody who's listening now, still they like the show, so they want to hear our take on it.
Yeah. One episode dropped, right?
Yeah.
I was hoping that they drop more. After that first episode ended, I'm like, well, didn't have a continue to the next episode thing. All right, so you're just doing that. So they picked up where they left off. Do you remember the character's name? I can't remember her name.
Cannot remember her name.
I don't think it matters really, but
she's like the star of the show. He said, I don't think it matters.
I mean, they don't use names that much right now. But
the lady from Mission Impossible.
Yeah. So she was outed from the silo.
Yes.
She was going to clean, and so basically, like, a little recap. They fortified her suit enough to where she can go a longer distance than everybody else because the way the tape.
She used different tape. She used different tape. I cannot remember exactly. That's like a heat resistant tape or something.
I think so. Yeah.
And I remember from last season, that was the whole big thing about getting that tape, because the tape they give everybody else let stuff seep through. So she got the good tape to where her suit was actually airtight.
Yeah. Yeah. Now she's out there in the wilderness, and spoiler alerts. Come on, spoiler alerts. And I mean, we assume that you watched the episode. So if you don't want to hear about it, just come back after you do. So she's out there, and the whole thing where they left off last season is there's a whole bunch of the circles which represent silos, and I was like, they're very close together. That is
Very.
amazing.
Yeah.
How did no one actually know about this? So when she was walking to the next one, a flood of dead bodies, just a whole bunch of skeletons.
Yeah.
Like, what happened to y'all?
All ages too.
All ages. When she got to the silo, there was another silo. There was an opening, and the way that the opening of the episode happened, it seemed like a flashback to the silo she came from, which it probably was, but it gave the impression that there was something else going on, which was replicated at other silos that it didn't work out. So it probably had something happened. They saw where they had lies written on the wall when she got down, and they probably had an uprising. They didn't understand what the heck was going to happen if you went out there with no protection, and nobody made it.
Yeah, they overthrew whoever the people were, and they just, we're going outside. Yeah. I mean, I was like, everybody went outside. I was like, oh, come on. Are you serious? Like, I mean, bodies, or even through the entrance, the people who didn't make it up, but the air seeped down. It just.
Yes. That's crazy. So it always made me wonder, like, why would you have this perception to the people to kind of try to keep them in line and lie to them that it was okay through that lens? Like, they're cleaning, they see all this nice stuff, the greenery. Why would you even? What was the purpose of doing that?
Would make me want to go outside. That would make me want to go outside.
Like the cleaning didn't seem it was punishment. You just know nobody came back. That's the only thing you knew. Yeah. But it looked like, hey, they're going to, and then you see them die, and you're like, well, okay, I guess it's not that great. Why don't you just give the real perception of what's going on?
I'm still hoping they'll explain that, because it's like, okay, they have everybody, like, the punishment is to go outside, but then you don't seal off their suit good enough to where, so you want the people to be that scared to be like, even if you have a suit on, you can't go outside. If I see that it's how it really looks, I'm like, yeah, I'm not going outside. But if I see trees and greenery and birds and stuff and stars, and I'm just like, I want to see this. And I'm so glad that they showed us in this first episode that outside is just really jacked up, because I don't know about you, but I also was assuming that they put something in the suit, like the air thing that killed the people too. Because I still was kind of, because I was kind of like, is this really just the outside, or is it something that they're doing as well? So I'm glad they just went ahead and let us know, like, yeah, outside is jacked up. And then I still think there's something in the suit.
Still not sure.
Yeah, because you saw she took off the.
Yep.
Like, it was something was happening inside.
Yep.
So I don't know.
Still not sure. Because she had the tank on the back, the small tank.
Yeah.
Which I guess was oxygen, or maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
But I'm still wondering, like, did they die because of the air exposure? Was it radiation? What was it that killed them, right?
Yeah.
So you don't know, but as you were saying, she had to take the thing off when she was kind of in the little safe area. I don't know. It was confusing. So I like how they play it out, because you just can't figure it out by just casually watching it. You got to, like, stay tuned for more. We'll put the pieces together. But yeah, she had to take she had to bang that, just bang her face in until she can crack the shield so she can get out, because she was choking in there. So I mean, that might have, I don't know.
Yeah, because like, did the air supply run out, or did something release in there?
You know, it might have,
because there's a lot of lying going on in here, so you don't know.
Yeah, I mean, the air supply might have just ran out. That might have been just that simple.
I hope so. Yeah.
She got to a depth in the silo where she went to that was safe enough. She closed off, like, when she went into one of the rooms, she sealed off when she got the suit off, and she was fine from that point. Now, she has some MacGyver stuff going on.
Yeah, and they had a lot of rope, man. It's like for a post-apocalyptic place, I got a lot of good rope too.
Was y'all hanging people or something?
Right? Who made this rope?
Y'all
Was it
had like
already there?
had to rope some ships or something. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. But she was trying to get over to, and they had this whole thing in the beginning of the episode. Again, it looked like it was the silo that she came from, but it could have been.
Yeah, to me it was. I thought it was the silo that she came from, but as it played out, I'm like, this is the silo that she's in now, because that little bridge
Yep.
that's gone. That's
Yep.
where the people rushed.
Yep.
And they had to. Cause I was like, "What type of? Okay, they have guns and y'all got sticks. What?"
Did no one tell y'all? Maybe they didn't, because they
if
didn't
you
watch
have
TV
numbers,
like that.
Of course you're gonna lose some people in the process. But once
Just don't be at the front.
Yeah, once you get over there, that's it. Exactly.
Who's going out first? Not me. I'm gonna be all the way at the back. I'll figure it out. I'll wait till they run out of bullets.
Yeah.
Bring a knife to a gunfight. What's wrong with y'all? Oh man! But the platform to connect it was gone.
Yeah.
So she tried to swing over there at first.
I forgot she couldn't swim. I
mean, why would she know?
Yeah. Because the guy,
she figured it out pretty well. Yeah. Though. I mean, I would have just drowned.
Because I remembered she'd been in the water before, because the guy she was dating, or the guy who was trying to show her the truth, he knew how to swim, and I think he was trying to show
That's
her.
Right. Yeah,
I forgot about that. I was like, oh yeah, she didn't quite learn, but she's been in water before, so she didn't panic too much.
Yeah, I would have drowned. Me, I don't know. She's lucky that she didn't get impaled by the stuff that was in the water.
I thought she was dead. I was like, oh god, because they kill off a main character in the beginning, so I was like, oh gosh, she fell to her death, but there was water there. I was like, okay, all right, cool. I thought this was another one, like like, oh,
this
here we
is a
go.
short season. Man,
yeah,
kill off the main character.
Yeah, like the guy from the first one, the actor, the British actor. The one who played Dr. Martin Luther King in Selma.
Yep. Yeah.
I thought he was going to be in the whole show.
No.
And I was like, because that's why I was interested in why, because I saw him.
Common lasted longer than him.
Yeah. All people. I was like, oh, this is going to be good, because we watched Bass Reeves, and Bass Reeves was good. So it's like, yeah, I like this actor. It's going to be good, man. He's pretty. Oh, okay, this is the only episode he's in. Wow.
Yeah.
I guess I'll keep watching. Yeah, I guess I'll keep watching it, because I'm in it now.
It reminds you of Yellowstone, huh? All right, anyway, so she fell in the water. She kept trying to MacGyver her way to get back over. Yes. So she found these this oil stuff. What do you call it? Tanks. I don't know. And she had a platform. It was really good engineer she did. And
I forgot she was an engineer. She worked in the area, because when she was doing all this stuff, I was like, oh yeah. And then the flashbacks. So I like how they pulled us back in to kind of reintroduce us to like who she was and how she, made it believable. Like she's just this random person who just figured this stuff out. Like that was her thing. Like I remember, it even made me remember how the generator, how she came up with that plan to fix the generator before it blew the blades. And I was like, yeah, if anybody would go out there and try to figure out how to build another flat platform out of whatever's hanging around, is her.
True. And it worked.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay. Oh, snap, you got it. Yeah. I mean, I thought it would have took like a couple more tries for her to get it, but you know, they didn't want to like just stay on that forever. So that would have been boring. It would have kind of felt like a little Castaway-ish. So she made it across, and when she went to a certain area, she heard this sound, and it turned out to be like a fan with some type of, I don't know on it, it sounded like a metronome.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 right?
I thought it was somebody banging to get her attention.
Well, that's what I thought too.
Yeah.
I was like, when is somebody going to try to creep up on you? Is it a trap? I don't know.
Because she's making a lot of noise.
A lot.
So I'm like, is somebody, like you said, is a trap? Somebody gonna roll up on you, or are they just waiting on you to build the bridge so they can come out? Because like, look like she's about to get it. So let's just sit here and watch her do this. And when she's done, then we'll come out and rush her. But
yeah, but lucky for her, that didn't happen. Now, after all that, she heard some music.
Yeah.
But you knew somebody was down there.
Had to be.
Eventually.
Because I'm like, everybody didn't go outside. Everybody did not.
No. And it would have been super boring.
Yeah. And it was still sealed off, like pressurized, sealed, because she had to basically stand on the ceiling to get it open.
Yeah. Yeah. And there was, I forget the song that was playing, but she heard a song playing and she walked towards it. And she opened a couple of doors, whatever you want to call it. And the last door that she opened, she couldn't open. But when she walked away, hey, all casual.
Like, so you heard the music, good.
Like, another person, not that.
Yeah, he said, I get it. You see a door, you want to know what's on the other side. I was like, okay, where's this going? Boy,
you heard the song.
Yeah. I was like,
but if you open this door, I'm going to have to kill you.
Yeah, I thought it was, a song so they can get some help. He just like, whatever you doing out there, like, hey, man.
Don't open this damn door.
Open this door. Because you might make your way here. I don't know. There's a lot of banging going on around out there. So I'm going to warn you. Yeah. That was a good way to end the episode, too.
Abruptly.
So
Cliffhanger. That's why I was hoping. I'm like, is there another episode? Because, on Apple TV, when you go in there, it shows you the one that's coming for next week. So you get the impression, unless you look at it, you won't know that it's not going to be there for you to watch. Like, stop doing that.
Yeah.
But the way that there was a part of the opening of that episode where they explained that there was like a back entrance or whatever entrance somewhere. So I'm thinking that we're going to discover later on that there are entryways to actually get to one silo to another, but no one actually found it yet.
Yeah. Because, and you know what? Now that you say that, in the beginning, they talked about how they were going to flood the, whatchamacallit. It was going to flood in 15 minutes. Remember the boy brought the note?
Yep.
And the flooding is what happened at the silo that she came from.
Yep.
And that's where I think that's where the entrances are, is like where they flooded, because nobody knows how to swim because there's not like pools and stuff there. So I think that now that you say that, I think that the flooding has something to do with why nobody's going from silo to silo, because they are close together. They're like right by each other pretty much. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. You could throw a football between the two.
And it's hard to believe.
Some people could.
And it's hard to believe that all of these silos are this close together and nobody knows it. Like, it ties into the whole what really happened, what's going on. Just like the people being filmed and all of that. Like, nobody knew this was going on. They had a secret room with all this stuff. It's just like, I think all of that plays into why they're siloed off from each silo. And the flooding, I think the flooding is what stopped them from being able to go. But we'll see. But yeah, you're right. Yeah, I forgot about that. But I think that flood has a lot to do with why they're not able to go to each silo.
Man, I didn't read the book. I don't want to read the book because I don't want any spoilers. I just want to figure it out.
Yeah.
But surprisingly good show.
Yeah, it is. It is. I'm very pleased with this first episode, especially the cliffhanger. I'm like, okay, I see what y'all doing. All right. Because I'm like,
leave me alone.
I find this hard to believe, and they almost got me. I said, I'm finding this hard to believe that she hasn't run into anybody else yet. And I was like, well, I guess not. And then all of a sudden the music started playing. I was like, oh, here we go.
Yeah.
So now it's like, is he in there by himself?
I doubt that.
And those bodies look like they've been there a long time. So
Very long.
is he the look? I have to go back and watch it because they focus on his eyes. There were different colors. So is he the little boy that brought the note? I have to watch it again, at least from the beginning, to see.
Interesting.
Yeah, because they've been
little tidbits and nuances. Yeah.
Huh. So I have to go back and see if this little boy got different color eyes. Because it might be him back there. Yeah. Because he would have been an adult by now. Nobody's been out there a long time, man.
That's true.
Yeah.
Huh. All right. Yeah. I mean, it might be. Just trying to figure the show out.
Yeah.
Without reading the book. It's tough. And I like that. Don't have me figure the thing out within the first season. If you're going to do multiple seasons, I'm just watching you just play it out. Like, let's see what's going to happen. It's very predictable. I can't figure it out.
Nah, you can't.
And I'm okay with that.
Because even when even with the first season, they had us trying to figure out, like, is what they're seeing on the other side real? Or is it not? Like, you couldn't figure it out. It was like some parts you kind of believe. Then the guy was talking about how that star comes by at a certain time. It was a shooting star or something goes by at a certain time. And I'm like, okay, so is this a video? And are they wiping something clean? Like, how does it look? And they kept going back and forth. And then we finally found out at the end. So, and who's on whose side? Who's working for who? It's,
no matter where you go, there is always corruption. I tell you that.
Oh yeah.
Post-apocalyptic, 2024. Just kidding. Oh boy. Yeah, good show. Again, if you listened this far and you didn't watch any of the episodes, that's your fault. But even if you did, and we didn't give a lot of detail, so you can still enjoy the first season and the first episode. So, Apple TV Plus, it's worth the subscription. Stop using other people's login. Get your own.
They have a lot of shows. Like, I remember we were talking about that on the episode. He was like, "Yeah, I don't see if it was worth it." And I was like, "Well, I seen the lineup of stuff coming out, and they're about to kick it back up, and boy, did they!"
As long as y'all bring back Foundation,
do
that. Just do that. Nothing else. Bring back Foundation,
please.
Make it make sense, because that last season had me confused as hell. I'm like, I saw where y'all going, but what?
You got to wrap that up in another season, man.
Yeah, I got one more. And if y'all didn't see, hold on. If y'all never watched C, because it's hard to say, did you see C? Like, are we emailing? If you haven't watched C with Jason Momoa,
really
good. Swear to you,
really good.
The fight scenes.
Yeah, Baba Voss wasn't playing, boy.
Holy crap. I'm like, I didn't know you can do that with a blade.
Yeah, and Baba Voss was a master with the blade.
Yes, that was these people are supposed to be blind.
When we first watched the show, boy, Nikki was like, "Oh my gosh, he gonna make sure the people are dead." I said, he's making
That's
sure.
What you do.
Yeah, I said he can't see, so it's no, looking back. Like, he had to make sure they're down before he can move.
See what you did right there. No looking back. I see what you did right there. That was a good one. You didn't even know you were doing it.
I mean, literally,
Just said, no looking back. Oh, that show was brutal.
Yeah.
I loved every moment of it.
Yeah.
Well, not every moment, but most of it.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Got some good characters.
I appreciate you putting me on to it, too. Yeah.
It took me a while to start watching that, because I was like, I saw like the advertisement. I'm like, that's stupid.
The advertising didn't even make it look interesting, but once that first episode hooks you.
Yes. Oh yeah. It's like, y'all should have like summarized with that. Just played parts of that. Like, just the neck. Like, just, I don't know. That's their fault, because it probably would have stayed on a little bit longer if more people watched it, and we might not have gotten those bad Aquaman movies. Anyway, boy, I digress. Well, there's the lineup we have for you, people.
Yes, yes.
It took us 2 parts, and we threw a little Mike Tyson and Jake Paul in there. So y'all listen to both and see what y'all want to watch. Look, holiday vacation time is about to start. Y'all about to start binge watching stuff because it's the end of the year, so we came just in time. We got a whole bunch of stuff more to talk about. Not just shows that are coming up. We trying to do some different stuff going forward. We still got to play. That one must go game. With the some shows like Living Single, Martin. All that stuff. We still got to do that. Yeah, we still got to do that.
That's been on the list. Yeah.
The holidays are coming up. I don't know if we have a return of the bracket. So who knows? Who knows? You guys stay tuned.
It out. Yeah.
We may not. You don't know until you tune in. But until next time, where can the people find you on the socials, my man?
You can find me at the Brown Sugar Cafe on all socials. The Brown Sugar Cafe podcast is back with season 4. Just dropped my 6th episode with Lamar Jones of Jank, man. It was a really good conversation. I didn't get a chance to be on when he was on the Black Smoke Barbecue podcast. I was actually supposed to be hosting the episode and ran into some technical difficulties. So
it worked out.
Yeah, because he does some philanthropic stuff that we really didn't get a chance to dive into on the Black Smoke Barbecue podcast. So that's what we talked about on my podcast. Really good episode, man.
Really cool guy too.
Yeah, man. That brother is really, when you talk about multifaceted, man, and the stuff that he's doing, just giving back is really, really dope. So check that episode out. Also, T-Dub Barbecue, tdub.bbq. That's my barbecue channel on YouTube and all the socials. Well, on YouTube is tdub-bbq. So check that out. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, man. Trying to get my YouTube channel up. And if you love poetry, at the Brown Sugar Cafe is where it's at, man. Check out my books.
Right. Show the books.
And that's it.
Yeah, man. Go out there and support my man. Some good books, man. And I want to reiterate, we're trying to build this YouTube channel up for Pastor Remote. Tell your mama, tell your pa. Y'all can go back to Arkansas, but as long as y'all follow us on social media, as long as y'all follow us on YouTube, so we can build this channel up, that'll be great. And just give us some suggestions what you want us to talk about. We try to make up some show notes and go along with what we think is going on. But if you want us to talk about and rant about something, we all about that life. I'm just saying. Yeah. So let us know. Shoot. All I gotta say is, the streaming world is tough.
Yeah. Tell the people where to find you, man.
Yeah, everywhere where you see the name Charlie Maverick, man. Everywhere. Just YouTube, Instagram, mostly on Instagram and Facebook. I haven't done TikTok in a while. I'm not going to do X, especially now. You ain't going to talk me into it, especially now.
I know I'm not. Yeah. It's horrible over there, man.
Well, you said you liked it not too long ago. So
I do, because, some of my people are still over there, but, I followed Elon before the shenanigans, and I never stopped following him. I actually started following Donald when he was president the first time, so I could pay attention.
See it coming.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Oh man.
But yeah. So all the stuff they're saying about Elon and how he is true, because he's never tweeted so much ever.
Yeah.
And I see them all, and I'm just like, dude.
Train wreck.
What in the world?
Yeah.
Like, you weren't even tweeting like this when you first took over.
Hey, Kanye said it best. No one man should have all that power.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah.
Yeah, you ain't gonna find me on there. But yeah, I'll tell you one thing though. The streaming life is hard. Bandwidth is not something to take for granted. So if you don't want to have your live stream buffer, I encourage you to get good Wi-Fi, right? Get good Wi-Fi, because most of the stuff we're talking about is on streaming platforms. It might not be Netflix's fault next time. It might be yours. So you get your good router. Go out and get it now. It's about to be Black Friday. They got sales on. I don't know. Ask somebody. You got Arrow. You got Linksys. You got the Google stuff. You got all that. Choices. I don't care. Do the mesh Wi-Fi and spread it through your house. Matter of fact, call Comcast and tell them to stop throttling your stuff when the kids get home from school, because you're trying to do some stuff. Now, after you do that, get you a good streaming player. Don't get the cheap one. Don't do that no more. Don't get the cheap one no more, because it ain't gonna take it. If you want to watch Silo, if you want to watch all the action stuff and all that going on, you want to watch Cross when he actually started pow pow, and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? You want a good quality player. You do that, get a good remote. Don't get a remote with the batteries no more. Get the one where you plug in and charge and it lasts longer. Because who want to buy batteries these days? Nobody. Now, sit down and you're like, man, I didn't listen to these guys talk. And I'm about to watch this Silo thing. I'm about to watch Cross. I'm about to watch the replay of this stupid ass Mike Tyson fight because you missed it last night. Whatever. So you go to the pantry. You go to the pantry like you always do, right? And you find you a nice bowl. You get some popcorn. Now, you don't want to eat the popcorn out the bag if you cook it in the bag. You want to have a nice bowl because you want to share it. Right? You want to share, because sharing is caring, right? And this podcast is all about sharing. So you sit down, you have your good remote. Don't sit on it. Don't sit on the remote, because it's going to turn the TV off. Then you're going to mess up the vibe. All right? Then sit everybody around the room. All right? And then you start passing the popcorn. And as long as you didn't sit on the remote, what do you do after that, Terrance?
Pass the remote.
Yes. Pass the remote. We'll see you next time on video.
Peace.